all, welcome back, it's Alan. So, 1965, the year I was born, Bob Dylan. Second review. I know the song, so it's a review. It's looking at the lyrics, what I know, what you know, what I don't think I know, what you think I know, all those different little configurations. Bob Dylan, like a Rolling Stone. I know the song, I know you guys do. Let's see what I think about it. You tell me where I'm wrong. Let's get into it. It's that again. Doesn't that just remind you of Angel of Harlem, U2's song? Not saying I stole it, I'm just saying that's where it took me. Yeah.
Once upon a time you dressed so fine, threw the bumps of dime in your prime. Then
I'll take that dime, you can throw it at me. This is from, like I said, you can see it, Highway 61 Revisited. There was a lot of, I guess, Dylan fans, or maybe the journalists, and I've got some articles up here that I'm looking at, and I've got the lyrics which I'm looking at, that talked about this being a switch over, him abandoning his folk roots. I don't know, sounds kind of folky there. Once upon a time you dressed so fine, threw bums a dime in your prime, didn't you? We know he's a master poet, we know that. But it just sets the scene. But yeah, I'm interested to see and share with you what people said, and maybe I've got some bits I've missed out on and you can tell me. Let's hear some more of the song. It's quite a long song, guys, so I'm not going to try not to interrupt so much, but I do have to, you know what happens. YouTube, bing. Yeah, so let's get on.
people call, say beware doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging your next meal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home, like a complete unknown?
Been there. I don't talk about myself very much, but I went from a nice house to a bedsit, from a nice car to no car. It hurts. But I wasn't on my own. I guess that's what's different. He's satirizing what happens when you go from that security and arrogance of so-called wealth, whatever that means, however you view wealth, to suddenly you're receiving the dime, you're receiving you wonder where your next meal's coming from. But in effect, yeah, it's not a nice feeling.
Like a rolling stone, oh, you've gone to the finest school, all right, Miss Lonely, but you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it.
Oh, that's a punch, isn't it? You know, paraphrasing, no one's ever taught you to be out in the streets. Basically talking about elitism, what happens when it collapses, what happens when that whole world that you've had given you possibly, or you've made possibly, and it's gone. And now you're on the street, and the street being a euphemism for, you know, whatever's out there that's in the dark side passages. But it's real, it happened. And you can talk about the Great Depression, Wall Street, the whole thing, we all remember that. And I like it because it's based in the sense of, there go I, but for the grace of God. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you guys will let me know in the comments.
not selling any alibis as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes.
Oh, as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes, that's soulless. You know, is that what you're looking at? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see your own soul? When you look at somebody, you know, I was watching, I think it was Joe Rogan the other day, maybe yesterday. He's got the guy on, brilliant, My Big Toe author, the physicist. And he says, you know, when you meet somebody, you know, and consciousness tells you that you just don't like them or you do like them. And it's instant, it's intuition. But this isn't intuitive. This is about a story that it's the parody of someone's life, whoever that is.
And say, do you want to make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home? A complete unknown, like a rolling stone.
Part of the faceless, nameless mass of people in society at the time. This is 65 that were just unknown. That were just. It's like when when I was kind of living in London, somebody told me once, I'm stealing it. It's not mine, and it was well known that London, or a major city like London, is just a place full of 7 million strangers. That everyone's unknown to each other. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of, a little bit.
To see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you. Never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. You used to ride on a chrome horse with your diplomat, who carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he really wasn't where it's at, after he took from you everything he could steal?
Greed, consumptionism, that, you know, it's ferocious. It has an appetite, does greed, and capitalism to a degree has an appetite if it's unchecked. And people will steal from you. They'll take your last breath if it benefits them. But it's an analogy, really, saying that what you made money from has took all your money. And how does it feel to be on your own, to be nameless, baseless like the rest of us, when you have no voice? It's really good.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Digging around, guys, the organ riff that's been played by Al Cooper. Tell me more about him, please, Al Cooper.
Like a rolling stone. Princess on a steeple and all the pretty people, they're all drinking, thinking that they got it made. Exchanging all precious gifts, but you better take your diamond ring, you better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused.
He's pointing out the lack of empathy and humility and how everything can change once fortunes are lost, whatever that fortune is. And it's his sardonic vocals, that sardonic vocal he has, with that kind of upbeat tempo music, if you like. It's that bow fusion that's going on there. And that definite organ riff, Al Cooper, that definitely lends to the feeling of it all for me. Yeah. Tell me what you think.
And Napoleon in rags, and the language that he used. Go to him now, he calls you, you can't refuse. When you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now, you got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home? Like a complete.
It definitely has a more electric feel. I think there's a video out there where he's playing electric guitar, which I don't think he'd done before in a full song. And this is 6 minutes long. This is considered, I mean, Rolling Stone in 2004, I've got some articles here, ranked it like Rolling Stone as their #1 song in the 500 greatest songs of all time. I don't know what that means, if Rolling Stone have any value when they say that. But it's a great song. Can't deny that. Mojo magazine talked about its bracing cynicism and its uncompromising stance. Okay, but he was writing in 1965. He was at the front of that counterculture, the music counterculture. So he's setting the tone for what was uncompromising. That's my view. I'm sure it's not unique. But it really is about the whole package. When you haven't got empathy and humility because of wealth, arrogance, ignorance, and then when you lose it all, where are you? What have you got left? Because you can't just pull empathy and humility from somewhere. You can be taught it, I guess, and you can, and you can learn it. But if you haven't already got it, everything's painful. And that's what's happening in this song. It's painful.
No, like a rolling stone.
I read some articles where it was talking about challenging singers and songwriters with its unconventional time, 6 minutes, and to embrace more writing around. I've seen stuff before. I've got a Lead Belly song here, which really predates 65, Him Mr. Hitler. And there's other songs out that from the blues way back that really are as telling as this. But it's how he writes and his beautiful lyrics that kind of make a difference to some of those songs. I wouldn't say they're better, but they're more evolved. This is really cool. And it was at the forefront of 65, the year I was born. So that tells you everybody how old I am this year. I really like that. I was watching, I think for the first time in a little while, much to my own chagrin, I caught up with Elizabeth, the Charismatic Voice, the other day, and she was sort of talking, she was analysing vocals from Dylan on a song. And I think she kind of scrunched her face in her own Elizabeth way. And listen, I think she's great. I'm just kind of saying this like, he has that nasal voice, but also he's not nasally in this. Sometimes he's not, but he can be a little bit. And I'm not an expert, and I can't sing, and I can't write. So he's a million years ahead of me. But if you don't like it, I can imagine it's like what us Brits call Marmite. You either like it or you hate it. I don't know if you can hate Dylan, but I suspect you could be turned off from his songs by his vocals. I'm not. I'm one of the 150 odd million over the years that have bought his records. Yeah. Till next time, guys. It's Alan. Take care. Join and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Till next time.